Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcoring Guides, bringing you my guide for God of War 2 on Titan difficulty. Today we're doing part 6, Destiny's Atrium. Technically speaking, this is also the other one that I mistake the name from, the Divine Pools. That's this first area, but then after that's, Destiny's Atrium, that's where you find all the Cyclopses and stuff. So, again, I'm naming these levels based on, like, the area. Like, overall, the thing that kind of takes up most of the time. So, which is funny because we're about to go do time-related stuff anyway. So, yay! Yeah, once you come up here, you get some nice extra chests. Always nice and handy. And then, of course, there's, some chests down below. I think it was like a Gorgon Eye, I think. I don't remember. It has been quite a while since I've done this. And I don't specifically remember every single chest offhand. Mainly because I just don't play a lot of God of War 2 anymore. Because I am a sad, feeble little man. Oh, it was a feather. Okay, I was completely off. But I knew it was something related to being an upgrade device of some sort. So, yeah. In terms of difficult sections, this is, of course, before the Barbarian fight. The Barbarian fight's going to be the next one. I would say the more difficult parts of this tends to be the Wraiths and then the Cyclops. So most of like your arena fights are probably going to be what's particularly hard in this section. But even then, what makes the Wraiths, I can't ever say that right. It's like I got to lisp or something. What makes them hard, also I screwed this up, I let go too early. So there's that. I apologize. Forgot to edit that out, oops. Yeah, so with the Wraiths, you get the time ability that slows down time, doesn't stop time, but we eventually get the, I forget the name of it. Isn't it something related to the Fates, or was it called something else? I don't remember. Regardless, whatever. You get that, and you can use that against them, and you pretty much just, grab them. Like you do. Yeah, sorry, my brain is all kind of fried. It's been a while since I've done this. I've had a lot of things that I've just been kind of stressing over recently, so it's been about a week or two since I've done this. And, I decided to just hop on my old computer for other things I wanted to work on, and I decided to say, well, I'm here. I've got God of War 2 to do. Might as well just go ahead and edit at least a video or two and get them done. So that's why we're here. Yeah, it was Amulet of the Fates. That's what it was. So, yeah. And then before this, I was actually watching some of my old co-op stuff. And yeah, it was a different time. I miss that era. It's a bygone era. But you guys ever have something like that where, like, I mean, everybody always has, like, moments where they kind of miss things, but I mean more so in terms of, like, if you were doing, like, co-op videos back then, like, everybody was more lively, everybody was more funny, everything was more endearing, but nowadays it's like you can't even get that out of anybody anymore. Like, nobody wants to be excited, nobody wants to have fun, so, and that's just how these days seem to be. And yeah, the co-op stuff ended, a while ago, but I still kind of every once in a while reminisce about the older times, specifically on our other channel, like, Mistress Bedazzle, and of course 2-player We Play, which it's kind of sad that those died because they had a lot of good content on them. And speaking of content, there was, of course, the Let's Plays I did, on my friend's channel way back in the day, which they're sadly gone. So we'll never get to see those ever again, because that's just the nature of how that happens. He used to delete/private all the videos back then. I don't know. I mean, I went through the same flub after a while. I privated some of my videos too, just because some of them don't deserve to see the light of day, but I wouldn't mind seeing those older, like, Kirby co-ops again, just for memories, but that's just the unfortunateness of how that seems to be. So, yeah. But basically, I was just reminiscing about old times. But I'm gonna go fast. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward through this section after a little while. But essentially, I'm gonna give you guys kind of a rundown of what I'm doing here. Is just, you know, pretty much just grabbing the enemies. If you are not blocking while they're doing an attack, whether or not they're in sped up time or slow down time, sorry, whether or not they're in slow down time or just regular time, then basically you're gonna get attacked. Now, these little bats or butterfly, yeah, these little moth things that come out, they're gonna be relatively irritating. What I do to them is I just jump up and grab them and throw them down to the ground and try to get rid of them. They're usually priority number one because if they start getting you, stuck in the web, you could die. But essentially, the idea with fighting the wraiths is you just want to grab them and then, press circle while they're in the air. Like either jump up toward them or hit them from the ground. And the thing is with these guys is when they hit the ground, they're going to go back down underground. And then that's when they're going to become kind of a nuisance because you can't grab them out of the ground. You can only grab them while they're above ground. So it makes it kind of hard. But you can use the time, the amulet to your ability, the time slowdown ability. Something just hit my throat there for a second. Felt like a chip. I don't know what that was. Yeah, you could use the time maneuver stuff to kind of make that fight just a bit easier. There is going to be a fight that comes up way later in the game that I think it's at... yeah, the courtyard of Atropos, I think it was. Atropos. That one is just... Oh boy, that one's a pain in the ass. I actually had to run away from that fight and then come back. That's with the Perseus section. You guys will see that when we get there. But yeah, that was an absolute nightmare. We don't have the time flux capacitors to take care of those types of things. But for now, right now what I'm doing is just puzzle stuff, clean up stuff, the basic everyday things. Then once you come down here, eventually you're going to have to fight the Cyclopses, which I will fight the first one, and I'll show you how long it takes to pretty much just fight him. And then after I fight the first one, I'm just going to speed up the rest of it because I don't want people to have to, get bored or get tired of seeing the same thing. Because essentially, the tips and tricks I can give you for fighting like one Cyclops is pretty much what you do to like the other ones. Except when you're fighting the other ones, you have to deal with, two at a time instead of just the one. Yeah, so the boars spawn. Sorry, I'm tired. The boars, they spawn in and they can be grabbed. You can get, of course, rage mode out of it, or you can do pretty much what I'm doing and just not do rage mode at all. If you want the extra orbs, whenever the Cyclops goes in the circle, that's when you can grab them. I think the boars infinitely might spawn, or at least have a specific amount, like limited amount that just seems to go on for quite a while. I eventually decided to use my rage mode because I'm getting rage orbs anyway. Might as well use it, right? So not like you get very much out of it, but hey, you can always use rage mode. I'd say I would recommend saving your rage mode for at least when you're having to fight multiple Cyclops at once, because again, rage mode, you do get extra defensive capabilities. So that way, when you're getting slammed around, you're not going to take nearly as much damage. I think you take, like, what is it, like half damage or something? I forget the exact amount, but I know that, once you're in rage mode, you're pretty much just a bit more beefier. It's nice. And, yeah, I'm using, Kronos' Rage just to kind of get, like, some attacks going in. Just some sort of AoE move, because, again, having to fight two Cyclopses at once kind of sucks. But my trick with Cyclops is... I think I've mentioned this before, but my essential trick is to just run away and then do like a slam attack. Get far back and do a slam attack, because every once in a while they'll start taunting you, or at least, they'll start roaring or whatever you, consider that. When they're doing that, that's a good time as any to kind of like build up into a slam attack. So if you had the triple triangle move, you could build up faster into that, or just, do the full 5 squares and then triangle and then hit them from afar. That's kind of what I do. I don't use, the Bane or anything like that. Again, I did use Kronos' Rage, but I mostly did it just to kind of get, like, extra combo extender stuff, and not only that, but just to get ample amount of damage. Something that I've learned about this game, and, it really starts to show the more I play it, is in Titan mode, you don't really get a lot of orbs to really, truly upgrade fully. I'm not 100% sure if I even can. upgrade fully. Sorry, I was yawning again. I know, I'm tired. It's been a long night. It's been a long day. So, yeah, I don't remember if you even could potentially get all of them maxed upgraded or not, because, you know, I went through most of this game and I missed, like, a hell lot of upgrades. So, yeah, I don't even know if you can even get that on normal mode. Yeah, here I am just trying to figure out this puzzle again. And luckily it didn't take me as long as I thought it would. Because it took me a bit. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You're supposed to go from above, because there's a step there. So, yeah, it's been a while. I'm kind of dumb. It happens. But yeah, in terms of upgrades, I would suggest upgrading the things you know you're going to need. So Blades and then Atlas are the main priorities. Try to at least save up to get Atlas level 3, because Atlas level 3 is just devastating. And anyway, next up is, of course, the Bog of the Forgotten. We're going to fight the Barbarian. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. So take care, everybody.